I believe you're looking at the next Vice President of the United States.
There had never been a vice president quite like Dick Cheney. He was a polarizing figure, beloved by conservatives and vilified by the left. He favored aggressive actions against suspected terrorists and was unapologetic about the use of harsh tactics, including waterboarding, which many regarded as torture.
I was a big supporter of the enhanced interrogation techniques.
Cheney's first big job in Washington was working for President Gerald Ford's chief of staff. In 1989, President George H.W. Bush nominated Cheney to be Secretary of Defense.
Dick Cheney is a trusted friend and advisor, and I'm convinced that he's going to be a great leader of our nation's military forces.
It was the September 11 terrorist attacks that would define a new era for the nation and Cheney's role in the administration. With President Bush traveling, it was Cheney who was in the White House Situation Room during the September 11th attacks, giving the military the order to shoot down any unresponsive aircraft. Less than a month after September 11th, the U.S. launched attacks against al-Qaeda and its Taliban allies in Afghanistan. He advocated the use of warrantless wiretapping, the expansion of executive privilege, and enhanced interrogation techniques. In later years, Cheney broke with the far right on several issues, including same-sex marriage.
As many of you know, one of my daughters is gay, and something that we've lived with for a long time in our family. I think people ought to be free to enter into any kind of union they wish.
In 2024, the lifelong Republican endorsed Democrat Vice President Kamala Harris over Trump, saying Trump should never be trusted with power again after January 6th, and that Americans each have a duty to put country above partisanship to defend our Constitution.
How is Dick Cheney going to be remembered?
I saw a lot of history, was there when a lot of it was made, and I'll always be tremendously grateful for having had that opportunity. But in terms of how I performed, some people will agree with it. I run into them all the time. I also run into people that didn't like what I did or why I did it. But I'm very comfortable with what I did and why I did it and how I did it, and I'll let others judge whether they liked it or not.
Do you have any regrets?
Not really.